I hear people talking about planting their fall tomatoes, and people ask me whether I plant my fall tomatoes, and I said no, I plant my tomatoes in the spring and I eat on them until the fall. This is the last day of September. We're about 10 days past the official end of summer, and there are tomatoes on this plant that's been in the ground since the middle of May. These are the 2 sacrificial tomatoes we put in to catch hornworms. They didn't catch a lot of hornworms, but we only had about 4 or 5 for the whole year. But see, there's quite a number of tomatoes in here. They're better boys. And I picked all these, but this is the 4th of July. Now this one right here is a better boy that got mistakenly placed with the 4th of July. But there are a lot of tomatoes in here, folks. Why do I need to plant fall tomatoes? You plant good tomatoes with good roots and good soil, good quality seeds, some that at least we do plant hybrids, and they've been made hybridized to make plants that stay healthy longer. Now that tomato plant right there was started on the 2nd week of March, and it was put in the ground the last week of May. So you got June, July, August, September. You got 4 months, and the plant is over 6 months old, and it's topped the pole, and there's plenty of tomatoes on it. So why would I plant fall tomatoes? What am I going to do? Pull these out of the ground and plant fall tomatoes? Tomatoes come from South America, in case you didn't know, and they go on the western coast. And while I'm looking at it, look at that big boy. Man, make that 5 or 6 hornworms. And this plant's not defoliated. But there he be. But anyway, they're originally from the west coast of South America, and then where they originated, it generally didn't get below 55 degrees. Tomatoes don't do well under 50. When it gets into 40s, it can change the flavor, texture, everything of tomatoes. But we're going to slip over here and see these cherry tomatoes. Even on this poor end, there's still tomatoes to grow. I mean, it's not like the spring, but I mean, there's a pint right there on this plant, just you can see in the camera. And this is a weaker end of the garden. There are a few flowers. See that little cold spell's quit, now it's starting to flower again. And they're setting fruit. So if we don't get a frost or a freeze, we can pick these until we do get a frost or a freeze. And walk it down through here. Notice I try to keep all the red ones off so the plant won't shut down. But that's not a bad little cluster for the last day of September. There's enough of them in there. Now this one prematurely seemed to die on us. And the 4th of July is not affected as much as the others on this dying at the bottom. You can see all this, see the tomato plant over there? First 3 or 4 feet is dead. This is not diseased, this is just dead. It got dry, too dry at one time, the heat did it or whatever, but this is not disease. These just got too dry. But it didn't kill the plant. It surprised me because it should have killed it at the top, because that's the furthest from the water source. But here are my other better boys. I counted 19 on this plant a little bit ago, just to see how it was doing. See, there's still a lot to pick. And the one that's laying over this one here is laying over. It went all the way to the top. It's probably at least 4 feet from there to the top of the stake, and the stake's 84 inches. So you're talking 12, 13 feet. And I got 18 inches of root under the ground. I think this year I'll dig one of these up real careful and lay the whole root out and the plant out on the ground, just to show you how much plant you can get. See this branch off of it? It's all the way over here. That's across the road 3 feet from that plant. And it's leaning over on the other ones that got so heavy. And you gotta think about it, tying it up with these nylon hose, that plant right there will, when it's dry, will weigh 25 pounds or more. It's a lot of weight. You have to think about that when you're growing them, because I only suckered to 18 inches. Anyway, I don't want to get too long on it, but I do want to slip over here because I was looking around this morning. We're just down for the day. My wife's feeling a little bit better. And lo and behold, I have another watermelon growing. Who knows? Now the two I picked in the last couple of weeks, one was green as the grass. It thumped hollow as the world, but it was not fit to eat. And the other one was not too bad, but it wasn't like it would have been if it was picked in the peak summer. And look how far that vine is. That vine is probably 12 feet from where it came out the ground. And I have this watermelon vine still growing. Of course, there's nothing on it. Once I get that drip line up, I'll run a lawnmower through here and pick up all this stuff. And the okra's getting pretty tall. And my height at about 5'11" is about where this leaf is. The top of that leaf. So you can see behind it that I would say those over there are at least 10 feet tall. I'll pull them over to pick them, but I'm still working and talked about it. And she says she's 5 foot tall. I could see where that would be a hassle if it plants twice as tall as you are to get the pods off the top. But anyway, guys, that's what's going on in the old garden today. Thanks for watching.